No intro today because I want to get straight into it. There's something that's missing within the language learning community that I don't see talked about enough. And it is the key and crux of our entire method. And that is, you have to change. Transformation, identity. Learning another language isn't about gaining new vocab, spending enough time acquiring these things. No, it's about you changing. It's about a transformation. And the reason that artificial immersion is our method is because you have to artificially immerse yourself. You have to immerse yourself. In immersing yourself, you then change. That's what happens, right? You want to learn a language, you need to move to Italy, you go to Rome, everybody's speaking Italian, all this, they change you. Your environment changes you. Now, what to do when you don't have that ability? You can't move. Well, you have to do that yourself. And part of the problem I'm seeing is that we all know how I feel about Duolingo. And if you take my hypothesis, meaning that in order to learn another language and be able to express yourself in this language, you are going to have to transform. I don't know how chasing streaks and hearing a little ding ding, play the stupid sound, play it, ding ding, wow, oh. I don't know how that's gonna change you because you're not spending enough time in your target language, you're not spending enough time speaking, you're not really truly engaging with the language. Now, fine, it's a game. It does what it is, that's fine, whatever. Maybe you don't really wanna learn a language, and if you don't really wanna learn a language, get off this video, all right? Because I am only interested in the people that are very, very sure now that they have been wasting their time or that they have not been putting enough, they don't have a structure, they can't figure it out. This video today is gonna help you so that you can actually move on. It's not news to you to know that habits control your life, right? And there's been a tremendous amount of research on habits over the last, let's say, probably 50, 60, maybe even 100 years. And right now, everybody is well aware of maybe Atomic Habits and James Clear and all the great work that he's done and all this stuff. I can definitely recommend that book. One of the key points I want to pull from all the research is that in order for you to make a change about yourself, is that it's through your identity, right? And so just to give you this analogy, and I know you guys probably thinking, when are we talking about language learning here? Hold on. If you're unfit, overweight, and you're trying to make a change, and someone offers you a cake, and you say, I can't eat that cake right now. It looks good, but I can't eat that right now. Or as opposed to the person who says, I can't eat that because I'm an athlete, right? And so we understand the difference between those two people is one saying, I can't eat this right now, it's not a good idea. And the other one says, I can't eat this because of my identity. It's not something that I am. I am not this. I'm not a person who eats cake and sits on the couch for 12 hours a day, right? And that change has to be applied to your language learning. You are not a person learning Spanish, Chinese, French. You're not learning any of those things. You are that. You are that person. Whoever you are in English, whatever your mother tongue is, you are that person in that language. So now you adopt that. That's what happens. There is no reason for you to think that you are going to retain yourself when you change to this other language. Yes, you will have remnants of it. But if you want to express yourself truly, you have to change the lens. And I talk about this all the time. Your operating system is going to change, which is the reason why you need to avoid apps and things that don't let you get out of your operating system, meaning English or whatever it is. You have to set your life up, and that's our first point. Your daily routines are going to make or break you. These are the things that we're going to start to chip away at so that we can change your identity. Now, your daily routines offer you a million different ways to study a language. I've talked about this a bunch, but utilizing the morning and utilizing the very first few hours, few minutes, few moments of you waking up and having a clear head and having excellent concentration and truly an ample amount of energy. That is what's going to be useful in order for you to learn this language. Next, to keep things with James Clear, why not? Those little moments of the day. I've talked about this in other videos, but if you're making a list and you're getting ready to go somewhere and you need to go pick up these 5 things, why not write that in your target language? Why not look up these words, understand what these are, especially if they're things that you do constantly. You go to the store, you like getting the butter, popcorn, this, that. Go find out what that is. Stop being mentally lazy. You are not going to change unless you start pushing yourself. All right, this video, which probably is the first language motivation video ever, but At the end of it, I think you guys will have some concrete stuff and a true understanding of the mentality that's needed that'll make life easier for you. And that's the entire goal of this channel and our method in and of itself, which, by the way, if any of you guys have been watching these videos and are saying, I now understand, okay, great, I'm ready to launch, okay? Obviously we have programs, we have our free stuff, we have our Substack, you have a whole host of resources. If you're ready to launch, finally push yourself, and you wanna work directly with me for these 30 days, for the next month, in order to figure out a plan, get you our program, work specifically with me, sit down on a call, structure stuff out. We're gonna offer this up for the next 48 hours, all right? This is something that is for our elite tier. I'm trying to build a new program and I need guinea pigs, okay? I need people who are motivated. If you are not motivated, please swipe up, do whatever. Just move on. It's not for you. You can use all that other stuff. But if you are motivated and ready, you are gonna have the power of our community, me, our resources, in order to get you to push to a point that over 30 days, you have a structure and a plan, something that is going to take you from here to there, regardless of the level that you're at. If it's going from beginner to intermediate, or if you're trying to get from intermediate to advanced, whatever it is, check that out. The link is right down below. Now that we've established how important identity is to you, you have to create this world for yourself and you have to live in it. You have to live in this world. I talked about the list that you're going to the store. Well, what about push-ups? I've talked about this. You're working out, you're counting, doing any of those things. You're writing any sort of notes down when you're in the line and you're thinking about stuff, all this stuff. You have to take the time to now, once you've created this world, you have to live in it. And that's where the juice is, all right? Because some of you guys are actually probably gonna be able to do this without some true formal study time. And that's amazing. Most people don't talk about this. You don't have to sit down for 6 hours and just really drill this stuff into your head. If you start to shift and you start to eat away at the time where you're using your normal American English, whatever, operating system, and you hack away at that and then take 50% of that time, and now you're thinking in Spanish, now you're writing notes in Spanish, now you do this, but it's all at your level. This is part of the reason that I don't suggest people change their phone, because your phone and your computer and all these things, it doesn't make it, you don't know what you're gonna get lost. All those technical terms, no. We want to take things step by step. The entire point of our structure and the reason why we break things down for people that 30, 45, 75, 120 days, that's why those programs are there, is because there is a process that you can follow, all right? And so within our program, we talk about the hierarchy of competence, which is obviously going to tell you where you're at as you're going through the stages of knowledge or of competence, of skill. It's not to go from here to here, and changing your phone or doing something like that is just gonna shoot you way too far, way too quick. There's a process. And now you have a choice, all right? Once you've created this world and you understand that you go and you get this buttered popcorn, and you go get the water, and you go get this, whatever the things are that you normally do within your daily routine, within a very small amount of time, we're talking 1 week to 2 weeks, you should have key vocab, key words, key understanding of those things, because we are working with comprehension first, all right? Generally speaking, if you're from the intermediate down to the beginner level, your comprehension is gonna be way higher than your ability to communicate something, especially refined, articulate, all right? That's not gonna happen until a bit later, or unless you stay within a very general concept of a few things. I'm a footballer, I only wanna talk about soccer, therefore I know everything that has to do with that sport, right? Over there, it'd be possible for you to display and explain things at a higher level. Just to reiterate on what I mean by you have a choice, is that you're gonna have a choice to not do this. You always have a choice, and that's the problem. Immersion puts you in a place where you don't have a choice. If they can't understand you, you have to learn, right? A little kid, a baby, is dying to get them to understand that I'm not crying because I want food, I'm thirsty. The drive in order to try and express this means that they learn at a faster pace. It's not just about neuroplasticity. It's not just about they're young and they don't have an operating system yet. It's also because of the drive, because we can see that in humans. When you are placed in a spot where you totally have to do something, you do it, all right? And what you're doing right now, comfort is killing you. Comfort is killing your ability to make gains on your language learning, because you don't have to do it. And you can choose to do Duolingo for 2 seconds and call that a day, right? And you can choose to watch Netflix and not watch Netflix in your target language. And you can choose to do all those things, whatever. You know exactly where. I don't have to tell you. Everybody here is an adult. We all know when we're cutting corners and when we're not doing our best, okay? And this video is a call for you to understand that transformation is one of the key aspects of language learning. You're gonna have all these different tactics for how to do this and this program and that program and this, all that stuff. That's great and that's fine. But until a decision is made, until you understand what you're really trying to do is create a new you in a new language, then you're not really gonna make those gains, okay? Because that's what's gonna happen. Every single one of those languages that you learn, or whatever you're trying to do, is going to change you. But you have to accept that first and stop fighting it, because your operating system is going to fight it. Until you do that, don't let go, it's just not gonna happen, all right? I'm gonna kill the video right here because I want you guys to take stock of your lives. I want you to understand, are you bullshitting yourself? Okay? You can maybe BS other people by telling them you're gonna learn this language, but you know yourself, all right? So let this video just be a call for you to try and take an understanding and kind of go back and look and see if you are hitting all these check marks. Am I studying in the morning when I have the highest amount of energy? Or if you're a night owl, if I'm studying at that time, all right? Am I cutting corners? Am I never spending any time in the target language? Am I just doing Duolingo or a stupid app that is not really getting me in the target? Do I have a tutor yet? Am I reading? Have I spent any time listening? Take stock. Go look. Go look if your life has actually changed, or if you're just trying to pretend to just add on a little Spanish here for 30 minutes and then going, oh, how come it's not working? You know why it's not working. You know that, all right? Like, comment, subscribe. One love. See you guys.